Hi students, this is for class 8 biology chapter 2 video number 2. We studied about microorganisms, different groups of microorganisms. Microorganisms play an important role in our lives. Some of the microorganisms are beneficial to us in many ways, whereas some others are harmful and cause diseases. Today, we are going to study about friendly microorganisms or the beneficial effects of microorganisms. Microorganisms are useful in many food making processes like making of curd and bread. Microorganisms are used in the production of alcohol, wine, etc. They are used in the preparation of medicines. They are helpful in increasing soil fertility. They are used in cleaning the environment. Now we are going to study in detail. Number one, making of curd and bread. Milk is turned into curd by bacteria. You all have experienced it in your home, is it? Here the picture is also shown how curd is made. In order to make curd, a little pre-made curd is added to warm milk and set aside for some time. Curd contains several microorganisms, including Lactobacillus bacterium. Lactobacillus bacteria promote the formation of curd from milk. Milk contains a sugar called lactose. Lactobacilli bacteria convert the lactose sugar into lactic acid. This lactic acid then converts milk into curd. Yeast is used in the baking industry for making bread. When yeast is mixed in dough for making bread, the yeast reproduces rapidly and gives out carbon dioxide gas during the respiration. The bubbles of carbon dioxide gas fill the dough and increases its volume. This makes the bread rise. We can perform an activity to demonstrate the action of yeast in the making of bread. Take half a kilogram of white flour or maida and some sugar and mix with warm water. Then add a small amount of yeast powder and knead the mixture of white flour, sugar, yeast powder and water to make a soft dough. Keep this dough aside for about 2 hours. We will find that the volume of dough has increased. So, we can conclude that yeast is a microorganism used in making bread, cakes, and pastries. Now, next use is commercial use of microorganisms. Microorganisms are used for large scale production of alcohol and acetic acid. In order to make alcohol, yeast is grown on natural sugars present in grains like barley, maize, rice, cane juice, and fruit juices, etc. Yeast converts sugar into alcohol, and this alcohol is then used in making wine, beer, whiskey, as well as industrial spirit. So, this process of conversion of sugar into alcohol by the action of yeast is called a fermentation. What is fermentation? The process of conversion of sugar into alcohol. Fermentation was first discovered by Louis Pasteur in 1857. Number 3, medicinal use of microorganisms. We know that we are having any diseases, we are eating some medicines, is it? So that medicine which stops the growth or kills the disease causing microorganisms is called antibiotics. The source of antibiotic medicines are microorganisms. The antibiotics are manufactured by growing specific microorganisms. These days, a large number of antibiotics are being produced from microorganisms such as fungi and bacteria. Some examples are penicillin, streptomycin, erythromycin, tetracycline, etc. The first antibiotic, penicillin, was discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1929. It is discovered by chance. So, how it was happened? In 1929, Alexander Fleming was cultivating a culture of disease causing bacteria. Suddenly, he found the spores of little green fungus in one of his culture plates. He noticed that presence of tiny green fungus stopped the growth of disease causing bacteria. In fact, it is also killed many of the disease causing bacteria. From this fungus called penicillium, the antibiotic penicillin was made. Thus, penicillin is an antibiotic medicine which is made from the fungus Penicillium. Penicillin controls bacterial and fungal infections. Antibiotics are effective against bacterial diseases, however, not effective against diseases caused by viruses. Antibiotics should be taken in prescribed dose and prescribed duration only. Some precautions have to be observed in the use of antibiotics. Number one, antibiotics should be taken only on the advice of a qualified doctor. A person must complete the full course of antibiotics prescribed by the doctor. That's why I already told that should be taken in prescribed dose and prescribed duration only. The antibiotics should be taken in proper doses as advised by the doctor. What happens if a person takes antibiotics in wrong doses? It may make the antibiotics less effective when the person might need it in future. Antibiotics should not be taken unnecessarily. Antibiotics taken unnecessarily, then it may kill the useful bacteria in the body and harm us. Antibiotics can be used to treat many diseases in animals and also plants. Now we have studied that microorganisms are used to make medicines called antibiotics, which can cure many diseases in human beings, animals, and plants also. Now, microorganisms are also used to make vaccines. What is vaccine? Vaccine is a special kind of medicine which provides immunity. Immunity means protection against a particular diseases. Vaccines are given to healthy persons so that they may not get certain diseases throughout their life. These days, vaccines are made on a large scale from microorganisms to protect human beings and other animals from several diseases. A vaccine contains the dead or weakened but alive microorganisms for it of a disease which are harmless and do not actually give a disease. When the vaccine containing dead or alive microorganisms, it is introduced in the body of a healthy person either orally or by injection. The body of that person responds by producing some substances that is known as antibodies in its blood. These antibodies kill any alive disease causing microorganisms present in the vaccine. Some of the antibodies remain in the blood of the person for a very long time and fight against the same microorganisms and kill them if they happen to enter the body naturally at a later date. So, due to the presence of antibodies in the blood, a person remains protected from that particular disease. Thus, a vaccine develops the immunity from a disease. Vaccination is a process of giving a vaccine orally or by injection which provides protection against a particular disease. Okay, so for keeping good health, we must prevent the diseases by vaccination at the proper time. Why are children's? You know that in your NCRT question, this question is there. Why are children or infants given vaccination? Because children are more susceptible to diseases. So all the children should be vaccinated at proper ages to provide them immunity from certain diseases. After getting vaccinated, the child becomes immune to a particular disease. This means that the child becomes protected against that disease and he will never get that disease. Edward Jenner discovered the vaccine for smallpox in 1798. Under the National Health Program in our country, the vaccines for several diseases are given free of cost at all the government health centers. Polio disease is prevented by giving oral polio vaccine. Many times you are seeing in advertisement on TV and in newspapers. Is it? To protect the children from the polio under the Pulse Polio program by giving them polio drops. That polio drops is a vaccine. Some diseases can be prevented by vaccination of children at proper age are polio, smallpox, cholera, typhoid, hepatitis, TB, tuberculosis, tetanus, measles, rabies, etc. Next use is increasing soil fertility. We know that all plants need nitrogen, but no plants can absorb the atmospheric nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. So, some of the microorganisms present in the soil can fix nitrogen gas from the atmosphere to form nitrogen compounds. These nitrogen compounds mix with the soil and increase the fertility of soil. For example, some bacteria and blue-green algae are able to fix nitrogen gas from the atmosphere to enrich the soil with nitrogen compounds and increase its fertility. These nitrogen fixing bacteria and blue-green algae are called biological nitrogen fixers. Since blue-green algae store in them nitrogen compounds by nitrogen fixation, they are used as fertilizer in agriculture. Rhizobium bacteria present in the root nodules of leguminous plants. Leguminous plants means peas, beans, etc. Also fix atmospheric nitrogen and increase soil fertility. Then the last use, the cleaning the environment. Some microorganisms, like certain bacteria, fungi, decompose the organic matter present in dead plants, dead animals, and animal waste and convert them into simpler substances which mix up with the soil. These simple substances contain plant nutrients which are again used by the plants for their growth. Some microorganisms decompose the harmful and smelly dead remains of plants and animals and animal waste like feces, dung, urine, etc. into harmless materials. So, In this way, they clean the environment. And in addition to cleaning the environment, the microorganisms also help the recycling of nutrients in nature, which can then be used as food by green plants. Some bacteria, like aerobic bacteria, play an important role in sewage treatment and help to decompose organic matter. Hope all of you understood about friendly microorganisms. Thank you.